Well, it says I'm live. Hey, everyone. DK here with Adventures in Dirt. How's everyone doing? If you're watching this on the replay, yeah, we're just having a chat tonight. Um, yeah, just wanted to come in and say hi. I had a couple of comments already, Jeff and my wife, Sheila. Great to see you guys. Yeah, so I'm just getting back into live streaming. I haven't done it in quite a while. I'll tell you what, let me just make sure that we are on the air here. Let me see. Coming at you. Test, 1, 2. Good job. So yeah, metal detecting chat tonight. Yep, just chatting here. We have got some things to talk about, things that I've been up to. I want to hear what you guys have been up to. People are starting to, so I guess I'm streaming. Everyone's popping in. Good to see you. Good to see you, DK, here with Adventures in Dirt. Let me know if the sound's okay out there. Like I said, I'm just getting back into live streaming, so I want to make sure I've got this thing set up. I used to use OBS to live stream, and I've used StreamYard a few times, and yeah, so I'm using StreamYard again to see how it is turning out here. And what that means, I'm just going to have to kind of see how everything's going. So let me know if it's choppy out there. I want to see how my internet's doing. Jeff Barber, good to see you. Alley Cat Treasures, how are you? Thanks for showing up. Nancy Weems, how are you? We've got mainly dirt fishing, man. Autograph pictures says mainly dirt fishing. Yeah, I sent those to you. You owe me $15 for that. I even autographed it. Actually, that's 25. So yeah, put a check in the mail. We'll get that right out to you. Yeah, are you kidding? No way. Hollywood Joe. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Actually, so everyone say it sounds good. It's not choppy. The video's not choppy. Yeah. Hey, we got some things to talk about. Metal detecting. Boy, how's everyone doing out there as far as getting out? The weather's better. Everyone's able to get out. I've been able to get out a couple times. Absolutely great. We, can't wait to get out more. I'll tell you what, Tony, my digging partner, Tony, has been setting up a lot of permissions for us, and our other digging partner, Beth, unfortunately moved out of the area, so we're going to miss her. But, maybe we'll get a chance to go down to Mexico and dig with her, I'll tell you. Lion of Judah, hey, man, first time seeing you. Good to see you. UFO Pirate, how are you, man? Yeah, hey, thank you for being a great supporter. I appreciate it. You're always there leaving great comments, so thank you, bud. And I did get some of your messages. Sorry if I didn't respond to those. Been busy, man. Are you kidding me? Many of you that follow my YouTube channel know that I haven't put out a weekly dirt in quite a while. I think it's been like 3 or 4 weeks. Things have been crazy in my world. Things have been crazy busy. Spring's hitting here. I got a lot of obligations here around the house, getting my yard in shape, sprinklers, all that stuff. Trying to get the pre-emergent weed killer down, all that stuff. And then, went out of town for a little bit to do this little excursion on this film set. Actually did some filming for I went Hollywood for a day up in the mountains. We'll talk about that in a minute. But so things have been real busy. I apologize to you that look at that show every week. I'm going to get back on track hopefully this weekend and be able to roll with that. Tell you what, if you got anything that you think I should see out there that is something noteworthy that you think the Weekly Dirt would love to show, just make sure you contact me. You can find me on Facebook. You can leave me a comment on one of my videos. I try to answer all my comments on my YouTube videos, so that's a good way to get a hold of me. In the About Me part of my YouTube channel, there is also a email there, dk@adventuresindirt.com. You can get a hold of me there. And would love to hear from you. Let me know how you like the show. I've been doing it now for quite a while, right? 4 years, 5 years. I have 210 episodes of the Weekly Dirt. It's been a lot. So there's just a lot of if you're not a faithful watcher, you can always go back and catch the archives. Just head over to Adventures in Dirt on YouTube. Look at the videos. You can go back and watch all the archives. Go back to episode 1 and see how terrible it was. That's always interesting, right? Ski Searcher, hey man, what is up? The original ski is what I need to drink, right? I remember that. I still haven't got my hands on it, but I just want to say hi to people coming. James Malone, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in. Little Dirt Diggers, Emily, how are you? She can't stay, but she said that saw we were on, so just showing some love. Awesome there, Emily. Appreciate that. Dusty Digger, Pacific Northwest, good to see you. Excellent. Thanks for coming in, everyone. We're just chatting here tonight. So mainly dirt fishing said he hit 4 silver dimes and 2 barbers, a Mercury and a Canada coin. Wow. Virgin permissions are the best, right? Oh my gosh. You know what though? Here's a story for you. The property where I found my gold coin, it's adjacent to this old military trail, right? We've been working this whole area, both sides of the trail, farm after farm after farm, and getting permissions for everything. And the land right next to the gold coin field that we're calling the gold coin field, we just knew that had to be just as hot as our field. So it was a virgin permission, at least to us. We didn't know if it had been hit before or not. We think somebody came through there in the 70s too and hit it all pretty hard, that whole area. Some of the homeowners and landowners had told us about that. So, boy, we went next door and was so excited, right? Some of you on Facebook saw my little rap video that I put on because I was feeling so good. Heading to that permission. Well, I tell you what, we got there. Guy, I'm telling you what, we have never, ever detected such a clean plot of land in all my years of metal detecting. Guys, we didn't find anything, not even some iron. Like, it was the cleanest field I ever heard. I think I found 2 arms to some sunglasses, modern, and I think a little clip, some kind of metal clip. But we were just trying to dig anything because there was no aluminum, there was no square nails, there was just nothing. And we're talking about 3 acres. And that was just absolutely crazy. Yeah. Hey, everyone, just having a little chat here. Thanks to everyone that's joining me tonight. Mark Thomas, how you? Good to see you, man. Robert Van Alstein. Hey, welcome, bud. And for those of you catching the replay later, just want to talk about some things. We got some things to talk about. Things going on in my world. Haven't put out a weekly dirt in a while, so I kind of just come on and talk to you that watch that program faithfully. I know who you are. I see you on their comments all the time. And even those of you that don't comment, I see the view count coming in and I know you're watching, and absolutely appreciate you. That's cool. I've been doing that show for a long time, and to see the views that I'm getting on those shows, that people are still seeing value in it. So as long as people are still seeing value in it, I will continue to do it. I let my foot off the pedal a little bit. And so when you do that on YouTube, sort of the growth of the channel comes down a little bit. And so I'm pushing 10,000 subs, right? I'm only like 200 something away, but I kind of let the foot off the pedal, and I've had some personal things going on and little health issues with my face. A lot of you guys know about that, but I hope to get back on it pretty soon. So where you guys been digging? Let me know. We talked about, you know, some of this virgin ground I got on and didn't pan out. We've got a new school site though that Tony has secured for us, and we're itching to get over there. I'll tell you what, it's adjacent to kind of where he's working out there, and boy, I love old school sites, right? Indian head pennies. Many of you know I hadn't found an Indian head, an IHP for the longest time, and you know, it finally found one like a year ago, and still haven't found one yet. Actually, I think I found one more shortly after there, but haven't found one since. Probably due to the properties we've been searching. But man, I bet there's one over at that school site. I'm hoping there. I'm hoping. Brian Stewart, hey man, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Diggin, hey, how are you doing? And did you say Deej is in the house? Deej, how are you? How are you? Metal detecting with a CZ Kid, good to see you. Excellent. Diggin, yeah, Diggin is up in South Dakota, right? I got a lot of family up in South Dakota. My mom was born there in the 40s. Boy, her whole family had a terrible story where the mom died and father took off, and it was kind of crazy, but all near Sturgis, South Dakota. But I had a lot of like relatives and descendants of all this kind of still up in the area. So I'd love to get up there and dig sometime. Mainly dirt fishing. Yeah, I was just looking here. The Masonic Lodge. Are you kidding? Man, I would scour that thing to death. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk about. Okay, so Brian Stewart, you guys kick this idea around. He's thinking of going from the Garrett AT Pro over to the Macro Legend. What does he think? Well, I'm telling you what, that Garrett AT Pro is a great machine, man. You talk about a staple in the metal detecting industry, right? If you know that AT Pro well, you may want to stick with it. The Legend will get you, the Legend will get you, the new technology, the multi-frequency, a lot of bells and whistles, but the learning curve is probably going to be pretty steep with you. If you've hunted with the AT Pro a lot, always moving over to a new machine is frustrating for the first number of months as you get used to it. Good thing is there's a lot of videos emerging on that Legend, so you can kind of raising YouTube, great for everything. Like, I want to change some brakes, I can learn about it. I want to fix a refrigerator, I can learn about it on YouTube. So watch those videos, see if it's something you think you can handle. I know when everyone went from the AT Pro to the AT Max, a lot of people were disappointed. AT Max was, had a lot of noise to it, much like Fisher detectors, right? When I went to my first machine over to a Fisher, my first machine was nice and quiet, right? Just no noise until it hit a target. Had a concentric coil on it, kind of real old school. And then when I got my first upgrade, which was the Patriot, man, it was noisy. It was just so noisy, but super, super sensitive. Like, you want to set like high threshold. You can set it down. The noise gate had like a noise gate basically to it, where you can tamper down what the coil's seeing, or you can tamper down what your headset is hearing from the coil. So there was all kinds of adjustments to it, and it took me a long time to get used to that. Once you get used to it, though, like anything, right, you can just knock it dead with it. So think about it. Think about what you want to do. If anybody in the chat has any advice for him, make sure you drop it here in the chat. To dive and detect. Hey, great to see you, man. How are you? Don Detector, what's up, buddy? History Hound, how you doing, Ben? Great to see you, man. Hey, there's a lot of people popping in here that I've actually had on my podcast. And is everyone aware that I do a podcast every Thursday night? It's called Relics Radio. Let me see if I can share this real quick. Let me see. Okay, let's do this. Okay, everyone see that? Great. Relics Radio, right, is my podcast that I host every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we talk on their podcast. It's a live radio show, basically, and we bring people along and we interview them, right? We interview them about an hour and a half, myself and my co-host, Tony, my digging partner. And this podcast was started like 5 years ago. It's one of the longest running, one of the best podcasts. And I'm jaded, right? One of the best podcasts out there on the radio, on the podcast, on the internet. So Spreaker, we host for those of you who don't understand what Spreaker has to do with it, that's the hosting company that hosts the podcast. That's where we store all the shows. And then they serve it out to everything. So you can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, anywhere you can find podcasts, you can find Relics Radio. And 5 years ago, this was started by Loy over at the YouTube channel, Digging with Seven. And Seven in Tennessee, Jeff started this thing a long time ago. And ever since Loy, Jeff wanted to take a break, he brought me on as co-host. And then when Loy wanted to take a break, he brought me on as the host. And since then, Tony and I kind of taken the reins, and we've been doing interviews for about a year and a half now. But you can see some of the guests we've had on, just some amazing people. Gave away a legend here a little while back with Delic, and it was a lot of fun, man. We had like 1,000 people in there, it seemed like. But you can just see there's 5 years of, every week having a guest on. Sometimes we do open mic night where you're welcome to call in. There's a live chat room over there. If you guys click on any of these, podcasts, you can see all these live chat. These are all the people that would chat during the show, and you can see there's quite a conversation gone over there. So if you haven't checked out Relics Radio yet, just search it in Google, any search engine, Relics Radio, and you'll be able to find it right away. So I'll turn that off and quit sharing. How do I quit sharing? Stop screen. There we go. Good. So I'm just learning this StreamYard. Who else we got coming in? Brian Stewart. How you doing? Yep. So everyone tell Brian what you think about that. Hey, Ben, History Hound Detecting is actually on a 3-year drought from my HPs, man. You gotta think positive there, Ben, any day. Metal Detecting with CZ Kids says he likes his D2, his XP D2. Everyone's loving that machine, even the ones that, a lot of them don't, have a hard time getting away from that D1. But yeah, I'm hearing a lot of good things about that too. I've never swung a Deus. Anybody out there swing a Deus? Let us know in the chat. DF Digger, hey man, great to see you up there digging in the rivers up there in Maine, right? A lot of you guys really helped me out on one of my hunts that I did through my treasure hunting club. I belong to a treasure hunters club here in Denver. Big club, been around since 1970. And every month, one of the board members, which I am one of, hosts a hunt for the club. It's like a seated hunt. We bring everyone out, one day, just having fun. And Hermit Dan, good to see you. Everybody, we plant a bunch of silver in the ground, a bunch of things and tokens for prizes and such, just like most seated hunts. And I had asked you guys, my fellow detectorists out there, if you would consider sending items in for me to, put into these prize packs, relics that you guys have found that you find a ton of that you wouldn't mind donating to my hunt, man. And did you guys turn out in droves? I'm telling you what, thanks so much. We had so much fun. The members were stoked. They were completely excited when they saw some of the stuff being sent in. DF Digger was one of them. Awesome, man. He sent me a bunch of items he found on the river up there in Maine. And is it Maine or Rhode Island, man? I forget. But I'm telling you what, they were stoked. Something they can't find around here. You know what I mean? Like colonial relics up there in the river. And I forget the name of the river. But yeah, tell you what. Great. So yeah, people are texting me. My wife's online. She says, hello to Rob Wolf. First time commenter, Rob Wolf. How are you? Let me find out where you're at. Let me catch up with the chat. It's so hard following this chat while I'm also trying to look in the screen here. The Lenko History Saver. Hey, good to see you. I haven't heard of you. Do you have a channel on YouTube? I'll have to. Oh, cool. You love Relics Radio. Yeah, you guys can all go catch up with that. Let me kind of go down. Dive into tech. Good to see you. Armit Dan. Man, you guys are flying in here. Let me see. Oh, Rob Wolf. There you are. Long-time viewer, first-time comment. Love our Sunday show. Yeah. Sorry, everybody, for not putting that out for the past few weeks. I said at the beginning of the show, things have been heavy with obligations, right? You guys know how it is. We do all these things, and most of us had to have day jobs and family. I got 6 kids. I got kind of a new home that we've been in for just about a year. So I've got the second year of lawn coming in this spring, kind of when I got a garden going in. You guys know how it is, right? And so far I've been able to squeeze in a weekly dirt for 5 years now, every weekend. But if there's times when I can't put it on, I just don't put it on. You know what I mean? And you guys all know how it is, and I hope you understand. A lot of you reach out and say, "Hey, man, you okay? Like, what's going on? How come there's no weekly dirt?" Yeah, just know everything's fine, and I'm just haven't had time. So hopefully this weekend I'll catch up. But Rob Wolf, good to see you, man. Yeah, I wanted to just check Palooka Palooza is awesome. The F2 is a good beginner detector. Yep, that F19 is also a great detector. I got the Patriot, which is like a F70, I guess you would say. Really powerful machine, man. I'll tell you what. Really got used to using that until I got the T2, and then the Technics T2 took over my world, and I really got to learn that one well. What's next for me? I don't know. I don't know what's next for my machine. I'm considering the Legend 2, but matter of fact, if my wife's listening, she'll crack up because her and I were watching the release of the Nocta Macro Legend, right? For those of you that know or don't know, Nocta Macro, when they came out with their Legend, they had this big release video when they were going to release, opening up sales and all that stuff. And they did this big release video, and you had to sign up to watch it. And it was this huge event. And my wife and I were watching it on the couch. And she saw how excited I was getting and kind of watching it so intently. And she just said, the credit card's right over there in your wallet. Go ahead and use it. And I was like, really? And then I pulled back the reins. I said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until it comes out. And, but thanks for that, honey. I'm glad to Will County Mark. Hey man, good to see you. Everyone say hello to Will County Mark. First time I've seen you in here, man. Good to see you. So what's everyone plan for this weekend? Or what did you do this last weekend? Like I was going to try and get out, and then again, I got real busy. This next weekend might be busy too. We're still working on the garden, but I should get a weekly dirt out this weekend. So appreciate y'all coming along tonight. I'm just chatting for a while here, and I wanted to tell you about some things going on. So some of you might have heard, but a few weeks ago now, I think it was a few weeks ago now, Tony and I were contacted, my digging partner, Tony and I were contacted by a producer, a television producer. And he said, hey man, we're looking for, and he was out of the UK. He was a British guy out of the UK. And he worked for Studio Ramsey, which is Gordon Ramsay's production studio that he owns. And they put on a lot of programs, not necessarily featuring Gordon Ramsay, but his production company puts out a bunch of programs there in the UK. And he's here in Colorado. This producer was reaching out to Colorado saying, hey, we're looking for some people to work with us on a show. And we started talking about the particulars of it, and it sounded pretty cool. It sounded pretty exciting. Just one day of shooting. And what they were doing is they were wanting us to come out and teach metal detecting to these 3 women celebrities that they had. And they wouldn't tell us who it was. They just said 3 women celebrities. So we're like, oh, okay, yeah. So what, asking more and more about it. And they were kind of talking about some particulars, we come out, and the gist of the show was that they were following, in the spirit of exploration, all about this lady explorer from 1870s, 1880s. If you guys have never heard of her, go look her up, man. Talk about a maverick of a woman in the 1870s and 1880s, right? Women back there, it's, kept their place, right? And didn't stand out too much. So she explored Hawaii, she explored Japan, she explored Colorado, hiked this huge mountain we have here called Long's Peak. Her name was Isabella Bird. And Isabella Bird, she traveled all by herself and did all these things. Can you imagine climbing to 14,000 feet in a dress? If she would have wore trousers, it would have been a controversy. It would have been top news in the day. She did it in 1870s garb. And we think we're tough. You know what I mean? So, hey, 92 Finder, good to see you, man. Great. Dale Thompson, how are you? From Maryland. Hey, man, good to see you. But yeah, Isabella Bird, check her out. She wrote a few books. She wrote a book in 1872 after she hiked Long's Peak and came to Colorado. She toured the mining district. She toured all over Estes Park, met this mountain man. He kind of was her guide and everything. So check her out, Isabella Bird. Amazing woman from back there. And so this TV company was creating a show where these celebrities were going to try to follow in her footsteps of all the places she visited and try to capture her spirit of exploration. And we're like, well, what does metal detecting have to do with that? And they said, well, it's looking for treasure. It's seeking treasure. It's looking for, in Colorado, the gold rush was a huge thing. And they wanted to try to tell the story of searching for treasure still alive and well in Colorado. People are still looking for gold. People are still looking for treasures. And looking for gold is the big story of people actually doing gold mining here. But metal detectors, we concentrate on more of the personal level, We want to find relics that touch the people that were mining, touch the people that gave up everything in the East to move west, to strike it rich. Sometimes they left their families. People after the Civil War came this way. Their lives were disrupted and they came this way to try to find riches. Plus the big gold rush of 1849 in California brought everyone here. And when they got to the Rocky Mountains, they're like, we can find gold here. Okay, we're not crossing those mountains, right? So, that was their gist, right? And we started talking. And so we did it. We agreed to it, went out there. And had a good time, man. I'd never been part of that before, neither had Tony. So it's quite the experience. So the celebrities were these three women that were three different generations, right? There's three different generations involved. And that way they'd have three separate takes on, what it meant to be adventurous and capture the spirit based on their generations. So the lady that kind of represented the older generation, even though she wasn't too old, was this lady named Ruby Wax. The mid generation, if you want to call that, was Mel B, who most of you know from America's Got Talent, and also she was a Spice Girl back in the day. I think she still is. I think they're actually still trying to get a tour together. And then the younger gal was a real big celebrity, Instagram star, all that stuff, celebrity shows, TV shows over there called Emily Atack. And so they all came out, and Tony and I took a metal detecting for the day. We were out in an old ghost town, and we just had a great day. The crew, for any of you that haven't been involved with that, there was about 34 people in the crew in 12 vehicles traveling around Colorado. 4 cameras, sound men, assistants, makeup people, all kinds of different stuff. And no, they didn't put makeup on us. They let us be our own scruffy self. But hey, we had a great time. And so I'll let you all know when that comes out, maybe in October. And it should be fun to kind of see how much of the stuff we filmed that they actually use. Probably be about 3 seconds. Yeah, Digging the PNW said she hiked and addressed. Can you believe it? That's just crazy. Dale Thompson, good to see you, man. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. For those of you just coming in, how you doing? DK here with Adventures in Dirt, trying to follow the chat here. You got any announcements? Let me know. You guys have any ideas of guests for Relics Radio? Get a hold of me. Drop it in the chat here. I'll probably review that later. Somebody you think would be interested to kind of put out to the masses. Yeah, it'd be great suggestions. Bring it in. I can't promise you I'll use everybody, but it helps me out getting guests on the show. You do that every week, right? You're always looking for great guests. So yeah, make sure you drop me a line, either privately or here. A lot of you know how to get a hold of me, dk@adventuresindirt.com, my Facebook group. Who would have thought I would be 52 years old, 53 years old, and have all this social media stuff, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I'm not very active on most of it, but yeah, very cool. One of the things we did up in the mountains when we went to the TV shoot is we got to meet a miner up there that owned like 200 gold mines up there. He was actively gold mining in a very large scale. And it was so great to meet him, man, and see his operation and be up on top of the gold dumps, and great contact to have, as well as the landowner that let us detect the ghost town where we were filming. Another great contact, just another great guy. Him and his wife was awesome. So not only did we have a good time on the set, but we also made some good contacts, for later that we hope to kind of make it back up there. So really cool. Wait, for those of you here, I wanted to make sure you heard about something exciting going on here in Colorado. For the past 3 years, we haven't been able to hold it. I talked to you earlier about the Eureka Treasure Hunters Club, the club I belong to here in Denver. Now, and I'm a board member this year, but we're actually putting on Rush to the Rockies. Rush to the Rockies is our open national event. This will be our 23rd event. So we're no strangers to holding this event. It's a great event every time we hold it. And we're having it this year, June 10th, 11th, and 12th. Let me show you this real quick. That's the one I want to do. Okay. So yeah, Rush to the Rockies. We're calling it the Mother Lode because we've been saving up for this since 2018 due to COVID. And we're having it in beautiful Conifer. And those of you that have never been to Conifer, it is absolutely beautiful. If you've never been to the Rocky Mountains, this is what you should probably think of for the Rocky Mountains. Beautiful, beautiful foothill mountain park. And we've got lots of space. There's a huge sort of gazebo up there, large. And we're having, just a ton of sponsors. Our main sponsor is Nocta Macro this year. And Nocta Macro has really stepped up and sent the goods, man, and really supported you as fellow metal detectorists and the people that are going to be there, because they know that we make up the lion's share of their customer base, right? So since we got people coming in, they knew that they wanted to support us. So yeah, they brought it. They brought the goods. Also, tell you what, Garrett has always been a great supporter of our club for years and years and years. The clubs have been around since 1970, and Garrett has been there the entire way. And they have sent some great stuff, and they are another great supporter of ours. First Texas Products stepped up, sending in the goods. Absolutely appreciate them sending stuff out. So if you want to come to a hunt, if you're looking for a hunt to come to in June, right? June 10th, 11th, and 12th, consider coming to this event. I'll tell you what, you want a chance of winning a metal detector? This is the most metal detectors we've ever had to give away. You want to win one of the new legends? You're going to have some opportunities to do that, multiple opportunities. If you want to win other metal detectors, we've got some great. Do you have kids? Check this out. We have got this. Let me going to just share my screen here, or does this not happen here? Let me see. Nope. Let me just share this here real quick. How come it won't let me do some multiple screens? Yeah, here we go. So we're having a kids hunt. Yeah, you want to come out and get a nice vacation in the Rocky Mountains. You want to bring your kids. We have a great kids hunt. You talk about giving metal detectors away. We're giving away metal detectors in the kids hunt. Not only detectors, that's all I've talked about yet, but man, we've got so many. I'm on the donation committee this year, right? That's my job. I'm the donation chair. So I've been reaching out to everyone, getting prizes so that we bury little tokens for giveaways, and it correlates with certain prizes we're giving away. We're going to have door prizes. We're going to have giveaway stuff, drawings, all the whole thing. You need to come out and check this out. Kids hunt's always fun, right? Because they just have a blast. The look in their eyes when they find stuff is just pretty amazing. But we have just a ton of fun. So yeah, come on out. We've got, so what it is, it's 3 days, 10th, 11th, 12th. The 10th is a Friday. We're having an ice cream social and meet and greet there. As a matter of fact, we have a club meeting before the meet and greet happens. And you're all welcome to come to our club meeting in our clubhouse and meet all the other members of Eureka and see what we got going on. We're trying to line up a great speaker there for that night. So you'll just have a blast. like-minded individuals all gathering. You guys know how it is. If you've ever been to an event, it's a lot of fun because you're there with other detectors. You've been through all the ups and downs of getting a permission, losing a permission, hunting all day and not finding anything. And it's a lot of fun to be able to talk shop with other people, right? Let me see what else we got here. Oh boy, this lets me do all kinds of stuff here. All right. Yeah, so this was back in 2018. We just had a ton of people show up to the event. I tell you what, there's Cindy Ann and Beth and Bill, Spectrum Bill from the Stealth Diggers. They're all members here of Eureka. They're going to be there. Tony, myself, and Jeff Lubert, my buddy from American Digger Magazine. He's going to be there. Everyone's going to be there. It's got just a ton of people coming. We got Dwight showing up from New Age Goonies. He's coming to support Nocta Macro, our main sponsor. And but we're still lining up a bunch of other people. We're going to have some good talks by some local historians, or we're actually have gold panning. So if you want to come find some gold, there's going to be that opportunity to do that in our gold panning booth. We have people teaching you how to pan. It's just a lot of fun. We're going to have some lunch included there. And in the 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to do 5 hunts. The first hunt we're calling the Silver Plume. So you can probably imagine what you're going to be able to find in that first hunt. And I'm sponsoring the first hunt. I'm the hunt master for that. So I've got to bring it. And believe me, I'm going to do my best. But let me see if I can go to another one here. Boy, you can do all kinds of things with this one here. Oh, yeah, I guess I can do screen. Let me see what this does. Okay, so that allows me to do a screen. Let me see if I can just pop this up. Oh, yeah, look at that. So, these are some shots from 2018. As you can see, we have this sort of what I want to say, this right here on the left-hand side, panning booth, people all lining up here to get their prizes and find all the tokens. You got this image here of everyone out in the woods trying to find their tokens or their silver and all that stuff. Ringmaster Ray, good to see you. Robert Pete, how are you, from Michigan? What part of Michigan, Robert? I got friends who are from Saginaw Bay City. I just want to say, try to keep up with the chat here. Yeah, should be a lot of fun out here in Colorado. Tell you what, if you want to get involved, you can go to eurekathc.org or just search Eureka Treasure Hunters Club in Denver, or search Rush to the Rockies. Anything like that will get you there. I'm putting the link on the bottom of every one of my podcasts on Relics Radio podcast. So should be a lot of fun. You can get the links there. Go to your registration, send that in. Find all the information there. We got all the hotels marked out, so you guys just come in. Denver, right in the middle of the country, right? So it's pretty easy to get to. Most of the hotels are like 20, 25 minutes away from the detecting site. So if you guys have any questions about that, you can always reach out to me. But we're pushing pretty hard with that. And we've only got like 6 weeks left. So if you've got time to come on out, we'd love to see you. But that's going to be a lot of fun. So as far as getting out digging, yeah, I hope to get out soon. Like I said, Tony's grabbed us a new permission. I'm trying to get us a new permission up north. He lives down south in Colorado, and I live up north, about an hour apart. So to get together, it's always, are we going to dig up north, or are we going to dig down south? And basically whoever has the better permission will go hit that and clear it out, and then move on. How many of you out there dig with a partner or multiple partners? Like, if you don't do that, I recommend it, unless you really enjoy kind of detecting on your own. When I first started, I used to think it was all about the finds, and it was all about me and my detector being out there kind of swinging, solitary, because that's what I always saw, right? These old guys on the beach swinging their detectors when I lived in California. And then as soon as I started hunting, not too long after that, I met Tony and we started hunting together. And it added something to it, somebody else you could bounce stuff off of and yell across the field, V-nickel and then all that stuff. And it made it a lot more fun for us. We could share in the excitement. Tony's actually found stuff in the field and FaceTime me while I was working in my office. Excuse me. And, showed me something on video, what he just found, because he's so excited. So that's always fun if you can share that with a buddy. Sorry, throat's getting dry. But if you get the chance to do that, let me know if you dig with Jeff Barber says he wants to get with Plugmaster 4. I have open invitation to come up there with Jeff and Mikey and do some hunting. And I'm trying to tie it I'm really into genealogy, for those of you that don't know. In my family, I'm kind of the genealogist, right? I've done all the research into my family and have discovered so much that my family didn't know, because we never knew what our heritage was. All the older generation kind of made stuff up and had heard stuff and rumors throughout the years. How many are like that, right? You're just like, I wish I really knew, instead of all these rumors and hearsay in our family. That was me, and I decided to put an end to it and find out for real. And so I discovered a whole world out there of genealogy research. Well, a lot of my family, or one line of my family, came from Missouri area and Kansas and Oklahoma. So I hope to get out there and search some old home sites that belong to my ancestors. And then while I'm there, dig with Plugmaster 40 and Mikey out there. That would be a blast. Yeah. Let me go down and catch up with the chat, because I know a lot of you saying hello. Digging hunts with her husband, Eric. Yep. Mostly, though, hunt by myself. Okay. Yeah, because you have more time, right? So sometimes Tony and I do that, too. We don't always hunt together. Metal Mike and Persis, how you doing? Mike's in the house. How you doing? Yeah, if you guys never had a chance to go check out Metal Mike and Persis, do a search there and go see them on their YouTube channel. Mark Gendron, right? Did I get that right? Gendron or Gendron? I guess you could say that both ways, right? Lone Ranger, he says. Hey, that's cool. I mean, some people really like to dig on their own, right? Luis Villarreal, good to see you. Good to see you. Doug McClure, hey, man. Upstate South Carolina. The Knox with the 6-inch coil. Yeah, how many of you dig with small coils out there? Boy, when I tried the little 4-inch puck, little hockey puck 4-inch coil on my T2, changed my world, man. Sites that I just wasn't hearing a lot of trash and stuff, a lot of iron. Put that 4-inch coil on, and it became a new game for me. Like, it's just like a scalpel. It's like, oh, peeking out from between all the grunts, and like, where'd you come from? When it gives you good signal, it's usually something good, at least with that little 4-inch coil. So I highly recommend you guys trying out small coils if you haven't used them yet. Bleardo dude, what's up, dude? And so if you're not using a small coil, go for it. I'm going to try to live stream more often in the coming kind of year. I definitely want to bring people on and hear from you guys and stuff. Matter of fact, let me just see here. If anybody has a camera set up and your mic set up and wants to come on and chat with me, I haven't got too much longer, but you can definitely go to this account. Go to that link. I think that's the link that'll work, and come on the show if you like. Say hello. You and I can chat. Ronnie Crane, good to see you. 5x8 coil. Boy, a lot of people like that 5x8 coil. Sniper coil from Ringmaster Ray. Sniper coils are great too. I've never used any of the aftermarket coils. Now Coil Tech, all that stuff. If you do, let me know how you like them. I've never tried it. A lot of people use those big Thunder coils, Nell Thunder coils. and such. And I've just never put one on my, never put one on my detector. Back to life metal detecting with Andrew. Hey, man. Yeah, absolutely. Talking to the camera, like having a bunch of friends along. And boy, I'm telling you, you guys have supported my show on a YouTube channel for years now. And it's blown me away, right? Those of you that do that know how much work it is to film, to edit, to produce, how much time it takes. Sometimes, when I go detect, a lot of people, here's a question I get all the time. Hey, DK, why don't you ever put your digging videos on? How come we never see you digging, right? Two things. One, I do. I just don't do it too often because when I go out digging, I like to dig. And Tony's usually filming. And I'm like, I need to pull my camera out and film this. Or am I just going to enjoy digging and finding stuff and enjoying time with my friends and help Tony with his video and stuff? And so that's what I've decided to do. Every now and then, if we're hitting it hot, I'll pull out my video. Even when I found my gold coin, right? You'd think I only pulled my video out once, actually twice on that hunt, but didn't get enough footage to put out my own video. Plus Zach from Great Outdoors Detecting was there doing a lot of footage. So I just tagged along with him. But there's a whole playlist on my YouTube channel. You can go over to playlist and check it out. It's called, DK's Finds or Digging with DK or something like that. I forget what I put there, but you can watch all my own digging videos. This Civil War era camp that we found out here in Colorado, never thought that would happen. We found an untouched cavalry camp from about 1858, 59, from the items we found to like beyond the 60s, like 1870s. We found the gap. Matter of fact, you know what we found? It's in my gold coin video. We found 3 1840 tin-back Eagle Navy buttons. Eagle and anchor buttons, Navy buttons from 1840 tin-back. That's what they call them, 1840 tin-back naval buttons. What were they doing in Colorado? Just amazing to think about that. So I'm going to bring somebody in right now. Diggins on the phone. Ro, how you doing? Coming to the screen. How are you, Ro?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks.
Can
I hope this works. Can you hear me?
About adding you here. I can't hear you. Edit mic settings.
You can't hear me. Okay.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I have to do this. Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I had to change headphones. That's how it goes.
So this works. Yay.
The headphones I was wearing monitor my mic, but don't monitor the feed from. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm doing great. I was actually telling you that you should come up and go detecting with me in South Dakota. So
we've never met. I featured you on my show and seen you out there putting out videos. Congratulations. You put a lot of effort in those videos. I see what you're doing. And I'm always a fan of people that put a lot of effort into editing and such, because I know what it takes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So congratulations on that.
Thanks. I appreciate that. We're putting out videos every week now. So I'm doing something with a group of guys called Monday Dicks. And so we do premieres every week. And we started doing bingo, relics bingo on Monday nights, where people can get a card and they can play along and mark off spots as people find stuff. So it's kind of fun.
How cool is that? Who came up with that idea?
That was mine.
Yeah.
I had an epiphany.
That's awesome. That's how it works. Yeah. You know who the idea person is over on my side of the world?
Your wife?
My wife. She actually had the idea for the weekly dirt. I was helping. I was trying to figure something out that I could do. And we're kind of kicking things around. And yeah, that's what she said. Like, you should do something where, you do some kind of weekly news show. And I was listening to this kind of YouTube guru guy I glommed onto, and I was kind of talking to Brian G. Johnson, who now he and I are some good friends. But, and he said, Ken, he said, I said, no, how do you become, how do you connect with the community? And he said, well, is there a niche surrounding it? Niche? What's the word?
Uh-huh.
Is there a niche surrounding your activity? And I said, yeah, there is. There's quite a good community. And he said, well, become a service to that community.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of something, Ken, that services the community instead of just, even if it's entertainment to the community would be a service. So I was thinking like digging videos. Well, everyone's kind of doing digging videos, and some people would see that as a service and others wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Could I, sell a bunch of, yeah, they would, probably it'd be a service if I just went straight into sales or something like that. And I just didn't think that would service people well enough. And then was talking it over with my wife, and we came up with the idea of the Weekly Dirt. And I thought it was a great idea.
I've been watching your show for about 5 years, I think.
Have you really?
Yeah, as long as it's been around, I think. I don't know when you started it, but I started detecting about 5 years ago, and we used to watch the show. In the winter, we can't get out much. So I have discovered so many channels through your show and have found new people to follow. So I would say that is a service.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think so. And people have told me they think so too. And so I'm glad you've been watching that long, and people that do watch, bring back the Digger Spotlight. Digging the PNW said. So yeah. Have you ever seen that show I put on?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Back when live streaming first was getting going on YouTube, I tried to take advantage of it. And so I started putting on a live stream about once or twice a month. I didn't want to burn out on it. And it was called Digger Spotlight. And it would, much like my Relics radio show, it would feature a guest. Many are doing that now, where I bring them on, notable people, Green Mountain Metal Detecting, Hoover Boys, all the stuff like that, and interview them for about an hour, 2 hours, however much time they wanted to give me. And we would chat and take, and have people in the chat room and ask questions. And it was called Digger Spotlight. And it was really cool for a while. And then I got burned out on it. You know what I mean? So,
that show kind of reminds me of Andy over at Lost Voice. He does a show on Sunday nights, and he usually picks a specific topic and brings in different guests every week. He does a really nice job.
He does. I've been watching his show now, and he does. And, Jersey History Hunters, Audra over there does a good show. Digging Canuck up in Canada, she does a good show. There's a lot of them that are doing it now, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But people are always asking me to bring my show back, and we'll see. Now that I'm going to get back into live streaming, we'll see. I kind of have some different ideas to do some live streams, probably along the lines of what you're doing, some kind of game show or something. Be cool. But hey, everyone out there listening, let's take a look at Rose's channel. So this is Diggin', and she's up in South Dakota, and she's at 1.12, a little over 1,000 subscribers, for good reason. You guys should check out her videos. Looks like you're also doing some live streaming, like you said. So tell us a little bit about your channel, Ro.
Well, I studied historical archaeology when I was in school.
Yeah.
And so this has always been kind of a real interest of mine. But it wasn't until I got married to my husband 6 years ago that we just happened to be chatting about metal detecting one day. And he said, I used to have a metal detector when I was a kid. And I said, I've always thought that'd be super fun. And we ended up buying a metal detector and sharing it. And so we shared a metal detector. We got an old white Prism 4, I think it was. And for the first, month or two, we shared a detector, and it was the worst experience ever because it's hard. You can't scan and mark your little spots with a flag and go back and remember what you were looking for. It just doesn't work. And so I ended up getting a Garrett AT Max. And my husband and I, we would compete, see who found better stuff. And then I think our second year detecting, he said, you're finding better stuff because you have a better machine. And so I went out and bought him the exact same machine. And so then we could compete like on even ground and stuff. And he doesn't get out as much as I do. So usually I do better. But for the past couple of days, he's been kicking butt, excuse the language, but he's still using the AT Max. I'm using my new Legends. and there's a bit of a learning curve there, I guess, because he's like scoring silvers left and right, and I'm finding every weird relic there is on this old courthouse we're hunting. So that's what that is. But I just started filming my videos during COVID. I just kind of wanted to give back to some of the people back east that we used to follow, and they were all locked in. And I thought, why don't I start, sharing my videos too? So
Cool.
there's, it's just something I do for fun. It's not professionally filmed by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
But it's fun to detect, and it really is fun when you make your videos. Like especially if you do your video a couple months later, you get to relive that whole day hunting, and it's super fun because you can kind of remember your hunt and what you found and everything all over again. So that's why I was doing it.
Yep. So yeah, cool channel here. You guys should go check it out. Diggin', just search that on YouTube. You'll be able to find her. It's always fun.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you going to start streaming on a regular basis, like on a specific day?
I don't know yet. I haven't made my mind up with that. I just haven't made my mind up with that. I used to do Wednesdays on Digger Spotlight, and I just don't know yet. Here's the deal with streaming, and sorry to say it, but it's the truth. Streaming, everyone that streams kind of knows this. You kind of get. It's great for connecting with your audience, which I love to do, and it's great for that. But trying to come up with something new so that it doesn't become stale, and because what happens, you're going to get a certain number of viewers that come in and support you like anything else all the time. But as a creator, you want to create. You don't want to do the same thing over and over again, even though the people you have on can be really interesting. That's why I do my podcast, because that is fun for me. But I have that outlet, to learn new things, learn about new people. So my live stream, I want it to be something different. I'm always trying to think of different ideas and come up with something different. So if I ever release a new show, believe me, it's going to be something I thought of that I thought would be fresh to serve the community. That's my big thing. So that's what I'm kicking around my head. And I don't think I would do it on a regular basis or a regular weekly thing. I think I'd want it to be more of an announced event that people could look forward to and kind of jump on. And I would always, tonight I didn't promote, I just jumped on because I had a little bit of time before my wife and I are going to kind of, hook up for the evening and kind of, do our evening thing. But yeah, I just got an idea for that. Real quick, if he's still in the house, I want to say hello to Brad from Green Mountain Metal Detecting. We were talking about him earlier about the Digger Spotlight. He was one of the first guests I had on and gave me his time. And have you ever seen his channel?
Oh, I love his channel. He does the best photography. He always has. It's like you're taking a nature walk when you're heading over. He always stops and looks at trickling brooks and trees and things. He does a wonderful job.
Yeah, I'm always trying to emulate him when I make my videos, and I just can't do it. I can.
I should probably try to mention I'm putting together kind of a TV guide of live streams for the digging community.
Yeah.
And so I'll keep an eye on your channel. And if you have anything that you post in advance, I'll try to get it on the schedule. I'm putting this together on a new website called Dig Streams.
Oh,
so
wow.
We should be able to get that up hopefully this month when I get back from my little metal detecting adventure that I'm going to in Iowa.
So that's great. You got a lot of things going on too, which is awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're thinking about different things, and that's cool.
It was hard to find a slot when I wanted to do my live stream for my giveaway. And so I realized there was no one single place you could go and figure out what was there. And we really need a TV guide that says, if you go on any single day, it says, here's the live streams that are lined up, and you can just go to each channel and figure out what you want to see. So I thought that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks for having me on. I do need to hop down because I have to put my son to bed because it's past his bedtime.
It was a pleasure meeting you here on electronically.
Thank you. And definitely reach out if you want to come up to South Dakota. I'll hook us up with some old farmstead, or I've got a couple ghost towns to do with all sorts of things. So You just come up
Be
anytime.
careful. Be careful inviting me up. We may come up and take you up on that.
Were you going to bring like 20 friends?
Yeah, I am.
Don't turn it into rush.
We're here.
No rush to Mount Rushmore or anything like that. That would be bad.
We're here. We're in a bus. Thank you for inviting us. Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Ro. Appreciate it.
I'll go seed it full of tokens for you. There you go.
Bunch of
right.
pop tops. All right. Have a good night. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay. That was great, man. Thanks for showing up, Liam. Good sharing this. Yeah, cool. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about, right? Look at that community, talking about sharing, inviting people up. I'll tell you what, if I ever retire, I'm going to take a road trip that you guys wouldn't believe, because so many of you have invited me up to dig in their area, whatever. And I always appreciate that. I've got this whole trip plan going up to the Northeast, working my way down the coast and then coming across the Midwest. I probably need a month and a half to do all that, but we'll see. So yeah, Rush to the Rockies. Come on out if you guys are looking for something to do in June 10th, 11th, and 12th. Would love to see you out here in the Rocky Mountains. It's going to be a great event. Can't wait. Nocta Macro, great sponsor, our main sponsor. Excuse me, bringing it. So, yeah, John, Titor. Sorry, buddy. Remember the Forest Fen treasure? Yep, you did. You told me I could see it. Bring it. Ground detecting. Good to see you. Listen, everyone, I'm going to get off here. So thanks for joining me tonight. I got to go finish the rest of my night. But thanks for coming on. This stream wasn't announced. I just wanted to come on and say hello. Tell you about some things going on in my world. Relics Radio, make sure you come check it out. Podcast, just search Relics Radio. You'll find us. Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. Let me know if you have any guest suggestions for that. Appreciate that. Rush to the Rockies, the Motherlode, June 10th, 11th, and 12th. Search Rush to the Rockies. You'll find us. Give you all the information. Come on out. Should be a lot of fun. Look forward to the TV appearance. My 15 minutes of fame coming in October probably, and I'll let you know. But if you're getting out this weekend, good luck. Best of luck to you. I hope you find the good stuff. And if not, I hope you have a lot of fun. Everyone have a good night. Thanks for those of you that showed up in the chat. Always love seeing you guys show up. And join me next time. I'll try to announce it next time, put more thought into it. But I just wanted to get some things. You may see me stream some more times here talking about Rush to the Rockies. So if you heard me drone on about it a ton, we just need to get the word out. So if you have a Facebook page or you have a YouTube channel, maybe in the middle of your next video or sometime on Facebook, search Rush to the Rockies and then help me post it out, share it out. You can find some of the announcement on my Facebook page and help me get the word out. Hey, Ken DK is having a Rush to the Rockies out in Colorado. If you guys want a good event, come on out, check it out. Tons of great people, tons of great sponsors. If you want to win a metal detector, there's some awesome opportunities. More metal detectors we ever had. I'm going to get off. Yeah, good seeing you, Ski Searcher, digging the PNW. Thanks for calling in there, digging. Back to Life Metal Detecting with Andrew. All you guys, man. Bierdo Dude, good to see you. Mike and Metal Mike and Persis. I'm going to get off here. Have a great night. Best of luck this weekend. Be safe. Be well. Talk to you soon.